being an Illumi ex-listener is called sleep paralysis, and I will leave my wappad link in the description below for those of you who are interested in reading the stories before I publish them on YouTube. For my male listeners, I actually have a recommendation. There is a YouTuber called Mikki ASMR. I will leave her YouTube channel down in the description below. I believe she has about 5 or 6 male listeners up on her channel, so yeah, go check that out if you find it interesting. And with that said and out of the way, let's get into the video, yeah? Come on, Illumi. No, I'm not taking you with me. Please, you pleaded with your sorta friend. While it was true he couldn't or did not want any, you were the exception. I won't be a bother, he said, following him out of the gates. He stopped right as he opened the front gates and turned to you with a smile that left you hopeful, and again said, no. Then he slammed the door shut. Meanie, you said under your breath. Oh, come now, darling, my son has many intriguing features, Kikyo said. Man, Illumi has loner issues, you replied, slumping your shoulders and lowering your head as you walked towards the Zoldyck mansion. Wyan, will you be staying with us until Illumi gets back? Killua asked around the dinner table. Of course they will, Meluki snorted. You rolled your eyes and flipped him off. Killua laughed at this and gave you a high five. Mom, Meluki shouted. Oh dear, they're just playing. You and Killua both smirked at Meluki, who grimaced at your faces. After dinner you walked back to Illumi's chambers and sat and asked if you could sleep in his bed until it got back, which Kyoko was more than delighted to say yes. Weird, she never agrees with me, you thought, walking up to Illumi's bed. You walked towards his closet and rummaged through his clothes with your fingertips. He won't mind if I wash them after, right? You stated rather than questioned. You grabbed his shirt and laid it down on the bed. You then slipped off your top and slid his shirt on. You didn't expect it to be so tight. Really, Illumi? You sighed out loud while you crawled over his bed and into the right half of it. There you fell asleep until you felt what seemed to be someone's hot breath. You tried to turn your body, but you could not. Hello? You called out to the mysterious person. This only made the grip the person had on you tighter. You were unbeknownst to this hole before, but now you knew. You started kicking and moving your arms around, trying to get out of the state. You screamed and screamed, but no one came. Help! You shouted over and over again. Illumi! You shouted. You didn't know why you thought to call for Illumi. You didn't know why he was the person you turned to in a state of peril. But what you did know was that it worked. You saw someone burst into the room and walk over towards your limp body. You felt a hand being placed on your shoulder and backside. Hey, it's okay. The voice spoke. You again tried to move your arms and legs, with Prevail this time. You slowly picked yourself up and sat forward with your hands on your legs and head glued all together. You were crying. Shh, tell me what happened. The calm voice spoke. I couldn't breathe. You choked out, gasping for air. Your crying seemed to get heavier as the air around you thinned out. The state you were in intensified, so the person continuously rubbed your back. Your sobbing didn't seem like it was going to end anytime soon, so the person made a choice. They pulled you into their arms, and you just lying there. They kept saying, just let it all out, nothing can hurt you now. Finally, when your tears ran out, you looked up but continued to gasp for air. Hey, Wyan, the calm voice spoke. You saw that it was none other than the person you had called out for in your dream. Illumi? You choked. It's fine now. Everything's fine. When did you get back? About 5 hours after everyone fell asleep. But so fast. I don't usually take long when I'm doing it for money. He paused. Or when I know you're waiting for me. He smiled, and you not only returned it, you gave him the biggest bear hug imaginable. I see you wearing my shirt, he said, trying to change the atmosphere. Oh yeah, you responded while laughing a little and wiping the rest of your tears away. He then pulled your face forward with one hand squishing your cheek. With his other, he wiped one last tear away from you. With his other hand, he wiped one last tear away from your saddened eyes and said gently, That's better. He let go of you, but you don't want that. You crawled into his lap and stayed, his reposed legs crossing your own. You leaned back and whispered, "This is nice." Illumi blushed, his long black hair hiding it. He pulled your body in, making your shivers lessen. "You're so cute," he muttered. "What?" You turned to face your enormous friend, and I used the word friend because that was what he was, and nothing could change that. "Well, I can, but that's for another time." "Nothing," he replied, hiding his face in your blank-colored hair. "Illumi, let's watch something," you said, reaching out to grab the remote. "Fine, but I'm choosing because I can't trust you to pick something good." "You're still so rude." "And you're still such a dork." Illumi laughed and placed one of your favorite Disney movies on. You gushed at the sight. "Aw, Illumi." Illumi said nothing. He just stared at the TV screen. Even when you looked up to give him a knowing smile, he didn't dare look down. "Man, you're no fun," you pouted. "So would you like to change the movie?" he asked. "What? No." You pushed his face away, ending with him pushing you back, and a full-on wall between the two of you. "Illumi," you said, lying on your back in the middle of the messed-up room. He responded, lifting his gaze down at you as your head was lying in the middle of his lap. "I love you." You looked up as you said those words. "You what?" "I love you," you repeated, your face not changing whatsoever. A blush creeped on Illumi's face as he once more picked yours up. You leaned into his face, past his nose, and whispered into his ear, "I always have." You moved back and looked dead into his eyes, waiting for a response. He needed no longer time to know what his response would be. As soon as you stopped moving your face, he smiled and pulled your face into his. Once he pulled back, he had the pleasure of seeing your face go from calm and collective to excited and embarrassed. Does that answer your question? "Hey, you can't just kiss me whenever." "Oh, but I can." "You're back to being a meanie again." You pouted, but leaned in and pecked him on the lips anew. "You're dorky as ever." "And for that I'm proud," you said, wooing. Okay, loves, and that was the video, so I hope you enjoyed, and again, my Wappad link will be in the description below because I know a lot of people have been asking for it, and I know I talk super fast, but I don't know, it's just natural. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Bye, loves.